we always put the job first. The job's before our health. It's before our families. We always put it first. I say, just do this for me. The most important thing in your career is your pension. That's the most important thing, right? We're lucky because we're one of the last professions that still have a pension, right? And you have to live a long, healthy life after you retire because you've earned that pension.
Fucking A.
Now make the government pay you that, right? So your goal, and I always tell them this, is to get paid longer than you worked, right? I worked for 26 years. My goal is to get that pension for 27 years.
I love it.
You know, so take care of yourself, man. I know what you're doing is so important right now. And that case you're on right now is so important. Step back. It's not that important. Look who's around you when you go home. That's what's important. Those people you take for granted, right? The family, friends that you're taking for granted, that's what's most important. Look at who's around you. Tell them you love them. Give them a kiss. And think about your pension.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful. Yeah. You mentioned when you first walked in about Mel. And, you know, Mel's obviously an important person in both of our lives. But just tell a little bit about Mel Chancey and how he came into your life.
So Mel Chancey, and it's kind of funny because, you know, I started to tell you that there was that old cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid with the sheepdog and a wolf. And they were like mortal enemies. Right? And all day they're battling back and forth because the wolf's trying to get the sheepdog's protecting the sheep. And then at the end of the day, they would clock out with their time cards and exchange pleasantries and walk away with their lunch boxes, right? Because they were okay. And that's kind of like, you know, ATF agents and outlaw bikers are mortal enemies, right? I mean, they hate us, we hate them, right? Our goal is to lock them up in prison for the rest of their life, right? And so it's kind of ironic and funny that Mel Chancey, who was an outlaw biker, has become such a huge part of my life. You know, Mel has held my kids, and my wife loves him, and he's a
how can you not, right?
Part of my family, right?
Yeah,
how can you not? So he was brought into my life by one of my best friends and my mentor, Chris Bayless, and Chris, ironically, went undercover with the ultimate goal of locking Mel up.
Yeah.
Chris went undercover in a different chapter because he didn't want to be in Mel's chapter because they had grown up in a very kind of close to each other. So he was worried about a little cross-contamination there possibly. And ultimately, Mel faced RICO charges. So in a weird kind of twist, Chriser and Mel became friends. Now, Mel went to prison. And Chriser ended up